All right, so let's talk about melodies in a song, which is very important. I think we as musicians know that the melody is the thing that sticks out front the most in most of the compositions that we hear, and as well as ones that we play. Um, I grew up in the theater, so my mom took me as a little child to see James Brown, the Motown Revue, Smokey Robinson, the Miracles, and Stevie Wonder, and many, many other people until I understood what was going on. And around 2 or 3 years old, that's when I picked up my first instrument. Um, but my generation, we didn't really have categories on the charts. Everything was mixed together. So I grew up listening to James Taylor, Carole King, Crosby, Stills and Nash, of course, and some of the funkier stuff, as I mentioned, James Brown, Stevie Wonder, Motown, that sort of thing. So I've always been into to singing and to singers and that sort of thing. And I always think about the melody is the most important element in playing. And it's also a great way to learn how to solo as well. But the melody is the thing that's on top of the track that sort of floats over the whole track and composition. And it's very important to know what that is and how you place those notes. So some of them are very straight, some are very soulful. And those things are, key elements to learning how to play a melody, especially on a bass. You don't want to play a whole bunch of notes. You want to play notes that you can feel, and then whoever is listening to it can feel as well. How do we build a melody on the bass? How do we start with creating a melody? Well, the thing is that you have the melody already in your head because you listen to songs of your favorite artists, favorite musicians, and you hear these melodies that they're called hooks, and that you remember them. And those are the things that captures you the most, other than that the instrument that you like to play. In the case of this will be bass. So if I play like any kind of melody, it would be like something that would be catchy and then something that you can grasp onto. So I'll give you a demonstration. It'll be totally improv, but you'll get the idea of it. So here's something like this. So that's one way of looking at it, and it's very straightforward. A little bit of syncopation in the rhythm, but pretty straightforward in terms of what the choice of notes are. And again, get back to those guide tones is very key and very important for you to know and approach those guide tones in the chord. Because if you play the wrong note and you go, that doesn't work. So you want to make sure that your notes are correct and that you don't play the wrong notes. And it's very, very, very important to have those things in order. Play with a metronome. It's very important. It also helps you with your timing. Listen to some blues phrasing as well, because you want to have it so that you can feel it has some soul and some type of element to it. All right, so let me give you a couple examples of melodies, and I'm going to actually kind of play it along with the chords so you can hear kind of where the melody sits in the chords. So here's example one. This is something that it's very simple. It's kind of a offshoot of the track that I'm going to be playing to. So I'm gonna just make it very simple and easy for you guys. So. So always in the top note is the melody, and the other two are kind of voicing the chord so that you hear where the melody is going. So for people or people that are not used to writing melodies, when I'm playing, I'm always playing the melody. Always, most of the time on the top. So always listen for the top note. Another approach is taking another chord progression that's similar, but maybe not as many chords. So if we do something that's very simple, you'll hear how the melody fits in. So something like this: 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's very simple. Melodies are something that you already know. It's funny that I think every child, or even when a baby is born, and you hear the lullabies your mom sing or your dad may sing something to you, that's the first thing you really learn, and that's the melody of the song. And as as you start to, you grow in life and you get older, that melody, or many melodies, will start to be a part of your life. So you may hear a melody and hear it without the chords, but it's good to hear it with the chords as well, because that shows you how the notes fit within the chords. So let's dig in and have some fun.